Good morning, my darlings. It's a grey, cloudy summer's day. Doesn't quite feel like summer. I just wanted to show you my breakfast. I've just made my usual avo toast with the pea microgreens, but we've got the addition of some mandolin radish, which are really fun, kind of like bullseye style, and also some air-fried kale that I had left over from yesterday. This is my dream breakfast. So much goodness on here. Time to tuck in. Hello my darlings, it's actually many hours since I showed you my avocado toast this morning. It's 3:30 on a Tuesday afternoon and I feel like I'm actually a bit annoyed with myself because I've missed my time to have that afternoon caffeine hit. I really could have done with that afternoon coffee or matcha today, but it's too late. If I have it now, I just will not get to sleep. But today's been a productive laptop day, so nothing exciting to show you so far this morning. I have joined the crossbody phone brigade and I did not intend on my phone case matching my jumper quite so well this morning. I showed you this in the last vlog and I mentioned some of my cool mom friends have got crossbody phone straps, and also friends of mine that live in London and don't want their phones to get stolen. But also when I'm just kind of pottering about and maybe gardening, yeah, because I don't need to be wearing something that's got pockets. Sometimes I'll put a gilet on just so I can have my phone in my pocket if I'm listening to a podcast or something. But problem solved. I mean, it looks a little bit dorky. Let me know if you are part of the crossbody phone necklace brigade, or if you think I'm a mega dork. But yeah, it's the afternoon. I'm hoping to have an H&M delivery arrive soon, and we have kind of just finalised in the office this afternoon a few of our summer holiday plans. So I thought I would share what our summer plans are. We're also trying to spread out our trips to not be missing out on some of the best things that the Cotswolds has to offer throughout the summer. One thing that I'm really excited about this year is Big Feastival, and I'm hoping that Charlie has got tickets. He said he had, but I don't know if he was joking. I don't know. He says things and I don't know. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, but have you? You need to get them. Because Ministry of Sound Classical are performing and I just love classical versions of modern songs. On that note, a little plug, Straw Top Cottage. We had a really lovely week-long booking over that week of Big Feastival and they've just had to cancel, which is so annoying. So we actually have availability in the cottage over that week in August. So if you are looking for a summer staycation, or maybe you're from abroad and you want to visit the Cotswolds this summer, we do have a little bit of last minute summer availability at Straw Top. So I'll leave the Airbnb link down below, and we have a 3-night minimum. So but to be honest, you need 3 nights in order to explore the very best places in the Cotswolds. We also just published a blog post on our top 3 festivals to put in your diary that are in the Cotswolds this summer. I'll pop a little preview on the screen here, so bookmark that. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer. We're actually off to BEST Festival on Friday. I feel like we've got a lot of plans this summer. This is not very like us. Normally we're a bit more chilled, but we've got 3 holidays, which is a lot, I know, and it's we feel very lucky to be able to take these, and yeah, a few festivals and other fun things. So lots of fun summer plan making. But I know I talk about gardening a lot, but at this time of year it's very easy to just focus on what's currently growing, but I'm looking ahead to autumn because there's a lot of seeds that need to be sown at this time of year so that you have lots of yummy things like carrots and kohlrabi and beetroot growing at the end of summer. Otherwise you reach the end of the bits that are in the garden now and then you're like, oh, I forgot to plan the next bit. So this afternoon, now that I've spent far too long staring at a laptop screen, I am going to go and sow a few of my autumn seeds. I should have a delivery at some point today as well from Vital Seeds, who alongside the Heritage Organic Seed Company are probably my top 2 seed places, and they actually have a collection of seeds called the Second Spring. And that's what this time of year is, because it's like the second surge of seeds that can be sown. I actually didn't buy that because there were some things in there that I wasn't bothered about, but I did place a seed order, so when that arrives I will show you. But I actually have something really lovely to show you in the kitchen before we head into the greenhouse. So these lovely pieces arrived from a gorgeous local company called 𝑖ndu House, and 𝑖ndu House really specialise in beautiful wicker homeware pieces, and they work with artisan creators from all over the world. These have all been made by hand, every single one is unique and different, and I just love the style of them. I think it looks so beautiful. I wonder if we can actually put the apples in this on here. But more excitingly, for summer garden parties, putting cakes on, sandwiches on, and also to stop little buggies kind of flying on it. It doesn't need to just be cakes. You could put your salad bowls on here and then just remove the lid when you want to serve. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea where I'm going to store them, but we'll figure that out. And then this lovely dish as well is fabulous for bread. I just love the shape of that one. And you got the rattan outer, and then this little basket with a really substantial base. They've just got the most gorgeous pieces. So 𝑖ndu House is the company. I'll leave them linked down below in case you want to check them out. This would be great for breads, flatbreads, salady bits as well. I just think the pieces are absolutely gorgeous. If you watched to the end of the last vlog, you'll have seen that I hosted a day at 𝘄𝘋, a little flower arranging morning with Chloe. We did some Pilates together, and then we took our guests into the market garden and we made flower arrangements. And these were some of the ones which I made very, very quickly while doing the instructing. It was a real amazing time actually, because it was a real full circle moment. Obviously the 𝘄𝘋 flower arranging classes that I took back in 2020 really got me into creating displays, and now to be asked to come back and host my own was a real dream, so I loved that. And there will definitely be more classes coming soon. Make sure you're signed up to our newsletter if you want to find out about those. Anyway, I'm really rambling, but I need to get out to the greenhouse and do my seed sowing, and I thought I would also check on my pressed flowers, because we are in a new month, which means last month's should now be ready, and there is so much in the garden that I want to press. So yeah, that is the plan for today, and then when my H&M order arrives, we'll do a little try on together. I didn't do anything with my hair since showering after Pilates this morning, so it's gone a little bit floof. It's got a mind of its own. Whoa, we desperately need to get it coloured. Getting coloured on Thursday. I cannot wait for that. Oh my gosh, I've got 2 festivals this week. I'm going to Soho House Festival on Thursday, which might be the day you're watching this, or maybe you're watching this on Sunday. Soho House Festival is so cool. It's basically, you pay a lot for your ticket, and then you get unlimited food and drink, picantes, rosé, Lady A, you name it. My favourite Soho House cocktail is the Eastern Standard, but it's so cool. And then Friday is BST, Andrea Bocelli, Hans Zimmer. They're going to be totally different vibes, these 2 festivals, but how fun! Can't wait. Okay, back to the wholesome stuff. Let's get in the garden. So here's an early July herbaceous border update. We now have the Angel's fishing rod grasses doing their thing, looking gorgeous. If you look closely, they really are so beautiful. It almost looks like wheat at the end. And then these beautiful white flowers. The lupins, I'm having to snip them, keep them dead-headed so that we get a continual succession flowering of lupins, but I just love them, as do the bees, as you can see here. The anemones are starting to creep up, they won't be long. The geranium is taking over. The sedums are huge, the salvias are huge, the epimediums are huge. The Aster is taking over. I think Charlie wants to really pull this back. They'll be flowering soon. And then we've got these little mini midsummer allium flowers, and these are the ones which last forever in a vase. So they're beautiful as cut flowers. We've got a sunbathing sausage dog. It's not sunny, Dex. Bit of blue sky up there, but you know, as long as you're happy. Sometimes I think we bought this sofa purely for sausages. I do. You're so nice. And then the star of the show, this side of the house, in my opinion, is the jasmine. It's all coming into flower. Well, it's all flowering. It's fully flowered. Look at that. A whole wall of floral jasmine. It smells incredible. I wish you guys could smell it. So beautiful. And then we've got lots of roses to deadhead, obviously. Wisteria is very green. We've got lots of courgettes coming out in the kitchen garden. My beans will be flowering soon, which means I'll be able to pick them soon. Lots of verbena shooting up, and then I'll give you an update on the other side of the house later because the hydrangeas are just on the edge and they are going to be fabulous. Oh, and my lavender, of course, is looking absolutely gorgeous, very vibrant. Okay, so I've brought my flower press out from the cupboard that it lives in, and I'm going to do the big reveal. This was a really chunky amount of flowers that I pressed last time. It was about 4 weeks ago, so hopefully they'll have dried out really, really nicely. Can't wait to see how they look, and there's so much in the garden that I'd like to press at the moment. I just did some sweet pea picking. These are so beautiful with the lilac, and my first dahlia pick of the year. Very exciting indeed. I'm quite roasting in the greenhouse actually. It's starting to brighten up a little bit, not that you can tell. But anyway, I'm going to leave you on a time lapse and let's undo my flower press. Well, overall, I would say this was a really successful batch. I definitely think I'm getting better. Some of the wildflower a little bit boring, to be honest, but the grasses have maintained their colours so well and the shape is really striking. So I'll definitely remember all of these things when I go out to pick my July flowers. Yeah, the grasses look fantastic. Some of the giant daisies did okay, but they're just so delicate when you're trying to pull them from the paper. But the same as last time, I'm really blown away by my herbs. I mean, how striking that is against a white background. The shape of this is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll definitely take a few more of those. That's a little bit boring, but still nice. A few more beautiful grasses and stems from the wildflower meadow. Looking forward to going into that area again now and seeing what I can pick. Beautiful sorrel. Well, it's a bit juicy still. I wonder if it needs a bit longer. And some of the nasturtiums still feel a bit juicy as well, but the fennel has done really well. That's very, very crispy and stiff, which is how we like it. That sounds a bit weird. I think this was oregano, wasn't it? Yeah, and then more herbs. They look good. Went to town on the oregano. I've got so much of it, can't really go wrong. Just for fun, I decided to press a pea shoot. This still feels a little juicy, so I'm going to keep that in the press. And then another nasturtium here with the root structure, which I thought would be a really interesting, slightly different design detail. Another nasturtium with the root. That's a really good shape. I like that one. And then a few extra flowers, or petals, leaves rather. My little viola did so well. Really chuffed with that. That'd be so sweet on a greeting card. And then we've got the astrantia, which held its shape really, really beautifully. So yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy. Yeah, the astrantia is fabulous. Look at these grasses. That has got to be one of the most successful from the entire pressing, I would say. And the salvia has done really well too. Really, really happy with that. These are so delicate now. I need to look after them so they don't snap because they're so brittle. But based on what's worked well here, I'm going to go and have another little forage around the garden, which is the fun bit. I mean, look at that for a little salvia. Looks absolutely fabulous. Okay, let's go and get the next ones. This beautiful bouquet has come entirely from our wildflower area. That is just so gorgeous. I would buy this as a little posy from a shop. In fact, after I've done my pressing, I'm going to come down with a vase and put together some displays for the house because that is so lovely. Not sure what this pink one is in the middle. I don't know how well it'll press because the petals are so delicate, but how absolutely stunning.
Such a gorgeous variety.
So here we go, round 2. I've got the lavender, a few herbs, and astrantia in that one, and then my wildflower. I'm so excited to see how these press. I think it could look so gorgeous. Imagine this pressed as one giant piece of art. I think that'll be so lovely. Filming it for TikTok as well. My new little Amazon stand coming in very handy. Oh my gosh, have I been filming that entire time? No, we're all good. Okay, let's get busy. Back inside, and I've just grabbed the ingredients for tonight's dinner. I'm going to do a delicious beetroot risotto with crumbled feta and toasted hazelnuts and some edamame on top for that pop of green. So we're going to use lots of cheese, of course, parmesan. Hopefully I've got some feta. I haven't actually checked, but I'm going to start by washing and chopping up my beetroot and my onion, and then getting that simmering and softening on le hob. Say, considering this is the first time I've actually tried making beetroot risotto, this looks incredible. On the top we've got crumbled feta, toasted hazelnuts, edamame, roasted beetroot, some parmesan, and some pea shoots. I'm going to add a sprinkling of lemon zest, and then we're done. Yay, how vibrant. Good morning, my darlings. It's a very rainy, cold summer morning here in the UK. I am on my way to go and get my lashes and brows done with lovely Rosie. I've been sat at these traffic lights for goodness knows how long. Oh, they're finally changing. So I'm getting an LVL lash lift and brow lamination, which I'm so overdue for. It's been a very, very long time. Had a PT session with Lauren this morning. I wasn't able to give it my all because of my foot. So annoying. It's one of those things where you do realise, but when something is wrong, it makes you never want to take it for granted ever again, and it just feels so pathetic. If you missed when I mentioned it in the last vlog, I think I've broken a metatarsal, which is one of the teeny weeny little bones on top of your foot, and I've currently got it all bandaged up in a bright yellow bandage, but I just can't put my full weight on it. So doing weights is a big fat no-no, and even certain lunge positions are quite painful, so wasn't able to do my full workout, which is such a shame. But looking forward to lying down and chatting to Rosie for an hour. Rosie has got a sausage dog who is basically like a big version of 𝑑exy, and he's so lovely. So you can have a sausage dog hot water bottle during your lash treatment if you want one, which obviously I always do, so can't wait for that. It's actually the girl that I was supposed to be having lashes and a mani-pedi with before Ibiza, but if you remember, I basically booked the wrong day. So Bex is coming over for a biosculpture manicure as soon as I get back home from this treatment. So it's a morning of pampering, so I don't really mind that it's pouring with rain. If anything, I'm quite happy because my courgettes and my new seeds definitely need a drink. But if the sun could come out immediately after my nail appointment finishes, then that would be absolutely fabulous. Back home again, lashes and brows done, nails done. That was very quick turnaround, but we got it all done. I'm now coming to get some ingredients for my lunch. I think I'm going to take, for the first time, no, they're still a bit too small. I am going to grab one of my courgettes. That is a good size. I'm going to do that viral pasta recipe on TikTok where you cook the pasta in the bone broth, but I'm just going to add some courgettes and some pureed tomatoes at the end. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, I think it will. Ooh, do you know what? We've got so many courgette flowers. Maybe I should try doing courgette flowers in the air fryer as part of our dinner. Yes, that is a good idea. I realised that I just presumed that most of you would know this recipe, but if I was not going on TikTok as regularly as I currently am, no, that's a lie. I saw this recipe on Instagram. But anyway, I'll just explain. Basically, I have fried some garlic in some olive oil, and then you add your dry pasta to that, and you kind of fry your pasta just for a few minutes. I don't know what that does, but if it does a little something to the flavour, then I'm all for it. Then you cook your pasta in chicken bone broth. I've got the Freya, never know how to say it, these ones. I'm just going to add a little bit more in actually. And yeah, you cook your pasta in the bone broth, so as you can imagine, it's just so hearty and delicious, perfect for a rainy day. Then you add in cream, butter. I never said this was a healthy recipe, it's a hearty one. Cream and butter, and a handful of Parmesan cheese. Then you add salt, pepper, and the recipes say parsley. I don't think I've got any parsley, and chili flakes. Yum! So I'm going to leave that to cook a little bit more in the chicken bone broth, and then add my next bits. A few minutes later, ooh, yummy! Some double cream, a knob of butter, Parmigiano. Oops, that's a big chunk of Parmesan. Now, I don't know why we had this in the fridge, but I've got this little mini sachet of tomato puree, so I thought I would just add it in because I don't know when else I'm ever going to use a sachet this small other than a little pasta dish. So just adding that in after stirring in all of those delicious ingredients. I'll give that a stir and add some chili flakes as well. Okay, I'm stirring in the chili flakes and that tomato sauce. I just tried it and it is so delicious. I think my finishing touch is a little bit more cheese because that always makes everything better. And my sliced courgette from the garden. I'm not actually joking when I say this is one of the most delicious things I've ever made. Highly recommend. I'll do a little YouTube short next time I cook this so you can save the recipe. But wow, that's amazing. Hello my darlings, I feel like having that ginormous bowl of pasta so late in the day was maybe not my finest of ideas. Even the matcha hasn't really perked me up, so if I fall asleep mid-sentence it's because I'm in a post-pasta slump. Can't even get my words out. My brows are looking fabulous, a little bit dark, but they're always dark for the first 48 hours and then they are perfection. And I don't have any mascara on. This is just the results of an LVL, which is great because I can be more makeup free for the next little while, which is especially great during my morning Pilates. I just feel so much more put together. So I mentioned yesterday that I had some H&M bits arriving. They didn't arrive until very late last night. They got rained on, but alas, they're fine. So I am going to show you them now. Can't even string a sentence together. Before I get changed, let me show you some of the accessories. First of all, I couldn't resist this. We actually found this when we were finding an alternative to link to for my hetero hat, which I love. And obviously this ribbon, I mean, I have no problem with this ribbon, but you can replace it with a fancier ribbon if you like. I've got the beautiful Dior silk scarves. You can make this look like a Dior hat by adding a Dior silk scarf, but I just absolutely love this style of hat. The ribbon is very, very practical for stopping it from blowing off. I just think it looks adorable and incredible price, so couldn't resist snapping that up from H&M. I somehow accidentally managed to order 2 of them, so I'll be sending one back, but I absolutely love it. Next is this adorable little bow hair clip. I've got a feeling, however, they might have ripped off, not that it would be groundbreaking for H&M to rip off a designer, but I think they have taken serious inspiration from a far more expensive hair accessory. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere else for a much higher price point, but essentially it just looks like a little bow, and when you pin up your hair in like a little chignon or a bun, it just looks adorable, or a little half up, half down. I'm going to take this in my bag with me tomorrow, which might be in this vlog. I haven't decided how long this vlog is going to be yet, for the Soho House Festival, because I thought if it gets a little bit crazy later on and I want to tie my hair up, then this will be a really cute item to do so with. And then the final thing that I won't be trying on, I don't know how I forgot to order the top, but I thought these bikini bottoms looked really flattering. I just love that they've got such a huge waistband, and they're this kind of ribbed seersucker material. I wonder if they will match the top that I got from H&M. I think I was wearing it in the last vlog when I was gardening, that's got the little kind of U-shaped bit of plastic there, so it's strapless. I'll pop a photo on the screen here. I'm sure it'll match. Hopefully, but yeah, these are not too big on the bottom, and hopefully they'll be nice and flattering. Okay, let's try on the 1, 2, 3, 4 dresses in my July H&M order. Okay, here's the first dress, and I'm just loving wearing it yellow this summer. I love the fact that it's an off the shoulder. The fabric is really lovely, it's very lightweight, and you've got this elastic detail on the sleeves so you can cinch them up, pull them up to wherever you want them. I've got my lovely 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒐𝒏 necklace on. This is 𝑑𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒅 and this teeny weeny one is 𝑎strid. I've got my always on 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒅 discount code, which I'll leave on the screen here if you want to pick that up. So lengthwise, I've also just realised that the bandage on my foot is yellow and it perfectly matches the dress. That was not intentional, but the dress looks really lovely with some raffia accessories. This is a really gorgeous outfit for a warm summer day or a day on holiday. I'm really impressed with this for the quality versus the price. I think it looks very elevated. I think you're on a weird setting. Hang on a sec. Is that any better lighting wise? My camera is doing strange things. But yes, a really good start. I also think I told you there were 1, 2, 3, 4 dresses. There's actually 5, so let's get going. Okay, H&M are loving the off-the-shoulder dresses this season, which I have to say I'm a big fan of. This is a really simple design. You've just got the very kind of simple ruffle. I mean, it's not simple, but it's nothing too crazy, ruffle along the top here. And then the rest of the dress is just, you can't see annoyingly. Let me see if I can tilt you down. I might have to put you there. Yeah, it's just very plain and simple cotton going down. We don't have any pockets, but alas, we will survive. I wonder how this would look with my little Amazon belt. What do we think about adding a belt in, or would that make it? I don't know, what do you think? I love the belts, I'm just not sure that the dress actually needs it, because it kind of breaks up the flow, although it does make it look a little bit more expensive. But again, just styled with a little straw bag. This one I knew was going to be such a good summer investment. This is, yeah, a really nice affordable outfit that definitely looks a lot more expensive. Well, sadly I must confess I'm a little bit disappointed in this one. I thought it was going to be my favourite. However, there's just a few things not quite right with the design of this. I knew I would love the fabric. It's a beautiful pink pleated, almost Georgette chiffon-y fabric. You've got the elastication around the sleeves again. A few things that I don't love though. I wish it wasn't a big scoopy neckline. My bra keeps appearing, which is not the end of the world because I could wear a strapless, but I just feel, imagine if this was a square neck dress, that would just look so beautiful. That would have been so much nicer. This fake tan, by the way, is the gradual James Reed, I think it's called Self Glow or something. Really impressed with the colour, but I am a little bit stinky, but the colour is really nice. And the waistline is just almost not quite tight enough. It's a little bit saggy around the waist, and it could definitely have done with a belt in the same colour fabric as the dress. It's a shame because it's so nearly perfect, but it isn't. A real shame. I'll show you how it looks full length. The skirt on the dress is really lovely. It flows in a beautiful way. If I popped a jumper on and treated it like a skirt, then I think I'd love it, but I just don't unfortunately think it's worth me keeping it What would you do? Let me know. I just did that naughty thing again where you sit down on your phone and then like half an hour goes by. Oh. Having pasta, a big bowl of pasta like that at lunchtime, and it wasn't even lunchtime, it was like 3 p.m. I need to not do that again because that has literally wiped out my entire afternoon and most of my brain cells for today. But the dress is lovely. So this is a lovely kind of shirt dress. You've got a bow, it doesn't have to be a bow, you've got a tie detail around the waist. At the bottom, ow, my foot, try and go on tiptoes on my right foot, is a very subtle ruffle, which I think is really pretty. And the fabric itself, it's almost like a raw linen type of fabric. Lovely neckline, really nice sleeve detail. I like that it looks as though it's just quite a loose drape. The fabric is really nice, the fit is really nice, and this is quite a classic piece for a summer wardrobe, for both wearing around the house, wearing on holiday, wearing to work. And this, I feel, would look especially good elevated with my, not actually from Hermes, but looks like Hermes belt, if you know what I mean. There we go. Yeah, I love how that looks. Very nice indeed. What do we think? Okay, last one to try on. So here's the final dress in my H&M order. Is the angle funny, or is the camera just, I don't know. It feels like you're at a funny angle, I think, because the screen is tilted a bit further back. Really wonderful pattern. I like the bold green and cream, or cream, oh my gosh, my brain, green and white contrast. I like the elastic around the sleeves. I find a wrap very flattering, really nice neckline, and then it's just quite simple going down. It's just like a classic wrap dress. Do I need this dress? The answer is no. So I think I will send it back because I just don't need it. I don't need any of these, but this is just not like shouting to me that I've got to add it into my wardrobe. So I'm gonna send it back, but I still wanted to show it to you because I think that this is a real hit of a summer dress for so many people, especially if you can get away with wearing slightly more elevated things for work, or for if you wanted a slightly more casual special occasion dress, then this is absolutely perfect. Nice for a summer lunch with girlfriends, that kind of thing. Yeah, I love it. I just don't need it. So that is my July H&M order. I'll leave everything linked down below. I also filmed it for TikTok, so I've got my lights out. And I just noticed a little something in here that I wanted to show you. This really shows Charlie's eye for detail. I've noticed that in each of the bedrooms he has bought, or he's found online somewhere, these beautiful extension cables, and he's got matching coloured rope according to the theme of the room. So the one in our bedroom is a green rope, this one here in the pink room is a pink rope. I'll find out where he got them from and leave them linked down below, because if you appreciate lovely details, then I feel like you guys are going to like this. Also, this is rubber, so it's going to be quite like satisfying putting your plugs in there. Very nice. Well spotted, darling. So in our guest bedrooms, we provide our guests with little slippers. I've actually got my sauna blanket under here. Might use that tonight, actually. Although I'm not sure I'm allowed to do saunering with my fresh lashes. And then we've got a lovely pillow mist here from Aurelia. Perfect Sleep pillow mist. All the cushions, little radio, Aromatherapy Associates diffuser, Soho House robes. I mean, it really is very nice being a guest at our house with all those little details. Okay, I am going to pop some incredibly comfortable clothing on, try not to fall asleep, and go and plant some of my seeds. After a very rainy day, the clouds are just starting to almost crack open, and we've got some blue sky and sunshine coming through. Hallelujah. I'm actually now limping. It's getting worse, which is really weird. If anyone's had any experience with a broken metatarsal, please let me know. It's weird because I think I did it in Ibiza. I say I think because there wasn't like one pivotal moment, which is so weird. And it's just getting worse. It's really strange. I've got it wrapped today. Don't know if that's helped or hindered. Anyway, boring foot chat over. These are the seeds that I've ordered to sow in July. I know this is crazy, but these are all the seeds that you can sow in July that I organised the other day to give myself options. It's ridiculous. I'm overwhelmed with how many seeds I have. It's ridiculous. Did I need to order more? No. Did I order more? Yes. Of course I did. So, yes, I need to sow them. Okay, these are the ones that I ordered. Kohlrabi. which is so nice to have in the garden towards autumn, because it's so lovely either in like a chopped salad, or there is a bumblebee in here. I need to rescue him. Oh no, can you see him? I'm gonna go and help him in a second. And they also just provide really nice structure. If you don't know what a kohlrabi looks like, I'll pop a photo of it on the screen here. So I'm going to direct sow just a few of those now, and I'm also going to direct sow some daikon radish. These are quite big. Again, I'll pop a photo on the screen here. I always direct sow radish, never in seed trays. Kale I will do inside. This is the Pentland Brig variety, a heritage kale. And then Nero di Toscana, which is basically a Cavolo Nero, my favorite, especially in pasta dishes. Really deep color, which means a lot of polyphenols, which means it's really good for you. And then I'm also going to direct sow some dwarf French beans, Faraday and Brittany haricot variety. These have got a purple marbled pod, and these are a vigorous green pod. I love beans, and they're also great for storing and freezing over winter. And then a giant winter spinach. This one is just fantastic for sticking in smoothies and juices and lots of different recipes. We get through a lot of spinach in this house, so it's always useful to have some sown. So these I'm going to do in plug trays, and these I'm going to direct sow. Plug tray seed starting takes a bit longer, it's a bit of a faff, and I need to do a bit of a setup, whereas I'm just going to head down to the kitchen garden now. It has been raining today, so the soil should be in quite good condition to do a bit of seed sowing, and this will only take me 5 minutes. A lot of deadheading and removing of big leaves that needed to go, and now it's a gorgeous evening. Look at this, it's kind of postcard perfect sky. The house looks gorgeous and the herbaceous border looks fabulous. I just love it when the jasmine is in full bloom, and this is definitely the best year that we've ever had for this side. We put the wrong verbena in here, so we've accidentally got the really tall kind, but look at this. Isn't that just a heavenly view? What a gorgeous evening. Maybe I should send up the drone.